Hello, my name is Jack. I'm a reporter at a major newspaper in a major city. I cover police news, and I'm working on a big story. I can't talk about that right now because it's confidential, but I have been following this story for months. It's been through the courts, and we finally got confirmation that we're going to get the records. We've been requesting these records since last year. The documents are coming to me today. I'm going to see them. I'm very excited. It's going to be huge. I get the call from the clerk's office, and they tell me the documents are ready. I get downtown, grab the file, and it's like 10 pounds heavy. It's all paper files. There's no CDs or anything like that. There's several boxes of evidence from this case. And I sit down at my desk, and I start going through it. There's a lot of stuff. There's photographs, there's crime scene photos, there's autopsy photos, there's fingerprints, there's DNA. There's also handwritten notes from the detectives who worked the case. And then I see something that I shouldn't see. I don't want to see. It looks like a photograph, but it's not a photograph, it's a sketch. And I look at it and I realize it's a self-portrait. And this is one of the pages in the back of the file, the case this is from. It's a missing persons case from 2003. So this is almost 20 years old, and the person in the drawing is me. But I didn't draw this. I don't know how to draw. I look at the signature on the bottom. It says Jack. My name's not even spelled right. I was freaked out. I was really freaked out because I work in a big city. And there are lots of crazy people here, obviously. And most of them end up in our police stations. And I had just moved here. This was my first year here. I was still getting adjusted to the new city, new apartment. I hadn't met anyone yet. I didn't know anyone here. So I started asking around the office. I asked the copy machine guy. He said he'd been here a long time. He knew everyone, had never heard of this case. I asked him if he knew who Jack was. He said he didn't. No one did. Then I went to my boss. She looked at the drawing, and she told me to go home. I called my friend. She's a psychic medium. I told her about the drawing. She said there was nothing sinister going on. It was probably just some weird art student who drew it and it fell into the wrong hands. I went to bed, but I couldn't sleep. Kept thinking about the drawing, about what it meant. What if it wasn't an art student? What if it was someone else? Someone who lived in my apartment building. Someone who knew me. Had they been watching me? In the morning, I went back to the office to get more coffee. On my floor, there were 3 doors. Mine was in the middle. On one side was an elderly woman who always took the elevator. She never took the stairs. On the other side lived a young couple. They were always making love. Their door was always open, and their curtains were always drawn. When I walked past their door, I saw the man from the drawing standing there. He was smiling at me. I stopped and stared at him. Then he disappeared. I thought maybe I was still half asleep. I rubbed my eyes and went to the bathroom. I came out. The hallway was empty. The rest of the day was a blur. I worked until 5 p.m., and then I went home. As soon as I got in the door, I locked it and checked the windows. Started calling friends, anyone who could come over, anyone who could help me. One of my friends got there first. She stayed with me all night. We watched old movies. In the morning, she left and I went back to work. I tried to concentrate on the police story, but all I could think about was the drawing. The man in the drawing. Was he in my apartment building? Was he watching me? Was I in danger? At 5 p.m., I went home again. I was so tired. I wanted to sleep, but I couldn't stop thinking about the drawing. I paced the floor. I made phone calls. I did anything to keep my mind off the drawing. At midnight, I heard a knock at the door. I jumped, and then I laughed at myself. Who was going to be at my door at midnight? I opened the door, and there was no one there. I looked down, and I saw the drawing on the welcome mat.